Hi everyone, Telios here. This is going to be a battle for the Phase 2 regular battle south of Geo territory battles. The team I'm going to be using is a Sith team, which will consist of Emperor Palpatine lead, Darth Vader, Grand Moff Tarkin, Shore Trooper, and Darth Sidious. Here are the mods for Emperor Palpatine. Here are the mods for Darth Vader. Here are the mods for Tarkin. Here are the mods for Shore Trooper. And here are the mods for Darth Sidious. It should be noted that I do have the lead on Emperor Palpatine, but I do not have the unique Zeta on Vader, and I do not have the protection Zeta on Emperor Palpatine or the Zeta on Tarkin. So this team, in my eyes, has a lot of room for improvement. Not only that, they're not in tier 6 mods. So it could be that I get relatively crushed here. We'll see. This is my first time attempting this team. They're all in mod sets that should synergize and work really well with their kits. So we'll see what happens. I expect that this should be able to get 3 waves comfortably. If I get really lucky, I think I might be able to get 4 waves. So the first thing that I'm going to do, obviously, is I'm going to get buffs down or debuffs down as quick as I can. Obviously, with Palpatine lead, that means I'm going to be feeding my entire team turn meter, and basically just taking advantage of this team being able to do some pretty ridiculous things when it comes to controlling turn meter. I do have a Zeta on my Darth Sidious. So he's actually going to be a really interesting character to use here because as I'm killing things, he's going to be getting a lot of turn meter. Can do things like apply the health block, so keeping them from healing. And then generally just applying a bunch more AoEs to go with Vader and Palpatine. So I'm not too scared of anything else that's happening here. So probably gonna go ahead and just basic down the rest of this particular team. I don't think they're going to be able to get through. I don't think anything's going to happen to my team here in the first wave. So that'll leave all my cooldowns set for the beginning of the next wave here. So now I should start with the TM advantage. So this team's really easy because we got 2 tanks, Consular who does nothing, and then the Jedi Sentinel. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to try to stun, get some stuns going, get some debuffs rolling, because the more debuffs we got, the better off this fight's going to go for me. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that Shore Trooper is taunting. And other than that, it's going to be, in this case, I know a lot of times I harp on not taking out the medic first, but I am going to take out the medic here for that exact reason. I didn't want him to heal. Really interesting that, it reads shock there, can't gain health, but he definitely healed himself through shock. So that's interesting. I think he may even have had a healing block on too, so I'm not sure. I can honestly say I have no idea why that happened at all. I'm having a really hard time controlling this clone trooper. I thought he would be stunned or something by now, but nothing seems to be stopping him. Don't think I'm in any trouble of Shore Trooper going down. But all those dots on Shore Trooper are really bad. Very, very bad. You definitely don't want Shore Trooper to go down early here, for any reason. You need him to stay up, which is one of the hard things about running a tank. In this particular team is you need him to stay alive, which is going to be a really big problem, I think. And he's exposed right now, so if he gets hit by anything, he is definitely going to die. But this should heal. And then I'm also actually going to do that from Palpatine, so I can get a healing block. So I can get health up on Shore Trooper. So I'm trying to take out Barriss because Barriss is a really huge threat. She's really, really annoying in all of this because she can kind of just heal over and over again. Ideally, it would have been great to take out ARC Trooper first because we really don't want him to spread Entrench. Entrench is really, really bad. But there's not really much we can do about it. So I'm going to try to stun everything again. I think one of the best things that I can do is basically stun when I can. And then try to heal up with Shore Trooper when I can. So the good thing is the Jedi Vanguard is below full health, so he's not countering anymore, which gives me a little bit of time to work with Shore Trooper to try to heal him up. At this point, I'm probably just going to try to ability block Mace and see what happens. Now, in the last wave, this is a total crapshoot. So I have an elite Anakin, which is probably going to kill my whole team. He's probably going to kill my whole team like in one go. So we're just going to have to be prepared for that. Elite Anakin is literally ridiculous. Well, you didn't kill them all, but not looking so great. Oh, yep, okay. So I don't, again, this is what happens when you get to the last phase. This could be any team. So you get to the last phase here, and if I don't lay all my debuffs before they do, you just get totally destroyed. I don't know. I think I said this in my other videos, but sometimes like stuff like this happens and you're like, well, I don't know what you do. Like you do fine in the first 3 waves and then you get to wave 4 and you get murdered. There's no way I'm going to win this fight. Not down Palpatine and down a tank. It's just not going to happen. I'm not even going to be able to get around their taunts. If I had something like a Vader lead here and my dots kept coming back, then I might be able to whittle this down over time, but it's just not going to happen. Like I'm just never going to get enough traction here to actually do anything. So this will be 3 out of 4 waves, which I think is relatively fine. But look at all the buffs. I mean, they have like offense up and crit damage up and speed up. Like they just have every buff you could imagine. I mean, there's just not really much that I was going to do there. They have way too much tenacity. I think as you get further along in these phases to rely on any kind of debuff heavy team. So the fact that I got 3 out of 4 waves there was fine, but then getting Anakin as an elite in the last wave is super unlucky because you saw he just did like 100,000 damage to my whole team as an AoE. So I don't know. You got to take the luck of this kind of with a grain of salt.